Have you ever looked at the world and felt like you were watching a movie through a pane of glass? You are in it, but not entirely of it. A quiet voice inside you questions the things that everyone else seems to chase without a second thought. This isn't a feeling of superiority, nor is it one of sadness. It is a profound, lingering sense of a different purpose, a different origin. You've likely been called too sensitive or an old soul your entire life. But what if those labels were merely shallow attempts to describe a depth they couldn't possibly comprehend? What if you are not strange, but simply aware? We are often taught to find our place, to fit in, to become a well-oiled cog in the great machine of society. But there exists a truth far more ancient, one that whispers of souls who arrive here not to fit in, but to transform. These are souls that carry a resonance of a gentler, more loving reality, and their very presence on earth is a mission. They are the earth angels. Today, we are not going to talk about wings or halos. We will journey inward to explore 10 profound and tangible signs that reveal this deeper truth of your nature. This is a path of recognition, a homecoming to yourself. Before we begin this journey, let's set an intention together. Let's declare our readiness to see ourselves with clarity and compassion. In the comments below, I invite you to write, "I am ready to embrace my true light." Type it, feel it, and let it be the first step in acknowledging the incredible being that you are. The first sign is a profound resonance with the natural world that goes far beyond simple appreciation. For you, nature is not just a beautiful backdrop. It is a living, breathing entity with which you share a conscious connection. It's the difference between seeing a forest and feeling its heartbeat. You've likely felt this since you were a child. It was that inexplicable sadness you felt when you saw a fallen tree on the side of the road, a grief that others around you didn't seem to share. It's the feeling of being physically recharged, almost plugged into a universal energy source, when you walk barefoot on the grass or stand by the ocean and let the waves wash over your feet. While others may see a simple park, you see a sanctuary of interconnected life. You feel the silent wisdom of ancient trees. You notice the subtle shift in the air before it rains. This connection is so intrinsic to who you are that you might feel more at home in a quiet grove of trees than in a bustling city full of people. The frantic energy of modern life feels like a painful static, a constant hum of dissonance that you must regularly escape to find your equilibrium again in the arms of the wild. This is not mere sentimentality. From a space of deep awareness, we understand that all life is woven from the same energetic thread. What you are experiencing is not an escape from reality, but a deep immersion into a more fundamental one. The laws of nature itself reveal a perfect harmony, a cycle of giving and receiving, of growth and rest that modern human life has largely forgotten. Your soul, however, remembers. It remembers the language of the wind, the wisdom of the water, the strength of the stone. Your sensitivity to the well-being of the planet is a direct reflection of your own inner state. You feel its pain as your own because, at a level deeper than consciousness, you know that you are not separate from it. You are its child, its guardian, and its advocate. Therefore, when you feel that pull to protect nature, to nurture a plant, or simply to sit in its presence, you are not just relaxing. You are answering a deep soul calling. You are aligning with the very blueprint of your purpose. The second sign is that you are guided by an unshakable inner compass of empathy. You don't just sympathize with others' pain, you absorb it. It is a constant, involuntary broadcast that you are tuned into. Think about a time you were in a public space, a coffee shop or a grocery store. You made brief eye contact with a stranger and were suddenly flooded with a wave of sadness or anxiety that was not your own. For a moment, you could feel the weight they were carrying, as if it was sitting on your own shoulders. Your friends and family have likely learned to come to you for comfort, because they sense, on an intuitive level, that you won't just listen to their words, you will understand the emotion behind them. This can be both a gift and a heavy burden. You often know what people need to hear before they even ask, and the urge to soothe, to help, to heal is as natural to you as breathing. The downside is that you have to consciously work to distinguish your own feelings from the feelings of those around you. Crowded places can be overwhelming, and you often need solitude to cleanse your energetic palette and find your own center again. Ancient wisdom teaches us that compassion is the highest form of understanding. Your profound empathy is not a design flaw. It is a sacred tool. It allows you to see past the masks that people wear and connect with the vulnerability and humanity beneath. In a world that often encourages detachment and individualism, your heart remains radically open. This openness is a powerful catalyst for healing. It creates a space of non-judgment where others feel safe enough to lay down their armor. You serve as a mirror, reflecting back to them their own capacity for love and connection. Your challenge and your life's great work is to learn to be the vessel, not the reservoir. You are meant to let the energy of compassion flow through you, healing both yourself and the world without letting it become a stagnant pool of unprocessed pain. By honoring this gift and learning to protect your own energy, you transform it from a source of overwhelm into a source of profound, quiet strength. The third sign is a persistent and sometimes painful sensitivity to dissonance. This applies to everything from environments and relationships to the media you consume. You are like a finely tuned instrument that immediately registers when something is out of key. Recall the feeling of walking into a room right after an argument has occurred. Even if no one says a word, you can feel the tension hanging thick in the air. It's almost a physical sensation, a tightness in your chest or a knot in your stomach. Similarly, you cannot tolerate inauthenticity. Small talk can feel draining, but not because you are antisocial. It's because you sense the gap between the words being spoken and the true feelings of the person speaking. You intuitively know when someone is being dishonest or wearing a social mask, and this dissonance feels jarring to your system. This is why you are incredibly selective about the company you keep and the media you engage with. Violent movies, aggressive news broadcasts, or even just chaotic music can feel like an assault on your nervous system. You are not weak, you are attuned. This deep sensitivity is a form of spiritual integrity. Your energy field naturally seeks coherence and harmony. From a space of deep awareness, we find that everything carries a vibrational signature. Places, words, intentions, they all broadcast a certain frequency. While most people may only register the surface level information, you are processing the deep, underlying current of energy. When you feel a need to leave a toxic environment or distance yourself from a negative person, you are honoring your own vibrational truth. You are not judging, you are discerning. The laws of nature itself reveal that health is a state of balance and harmony. This ease arises from prolonged exposure to dissonance. Your sensitivity, therefore, is an early warning system. It is a guide that steers you away from that which would corrupt your inner peace and toward that which will nurture your soul. To listen to this sensitivity is to practice profound self-love and to maintain the clarity required for your true work here. The fourth sign is an innate wisdom that seems to transcend your personal experience and age. People have probably called you an old soul for as long as you can remember. You offer insights that seem to come from a place of deep knowing, far beyond what you've read in books or been taught in school. You have likely found yourself in conversations, even as a young person, where you were the one offering comfort and perspective to people much older than you. You have a way of seeing the larger pattern in a situation, of gently guiding people back to their own truth without ever being preachy or arrogant. It's a knowing that resides in your bones. You understand the complexities of human emotion, the dance of ego and spirit, not because you've analyzed it, but because you simply know. You prioritize things like kindness, integrity, and personal growth, often feeling disconnected from your peers who might be focused on more fleeting, superficial pursuits. This can sometimes lead to a feeling of loneliness as if you're speaking a slightly different language than everyone else. Yet, those who are ready to hear it find immense comfort and clarity in your words. This is the resonance of accumulated wisdom. Ancient traditions speak of souls who choose to reincarnate not to learn new lessons, but to help and to teach. You carry within you the quiet echo of countless lifetimes, a deep reservoir of understanding. This is why you are not easily swayed by drama or panic. You see life from a higher vantage point, understanding that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, and that every ending is a new beginning. Your role is not to have all the answers for people, but to help them unlock the wisdom that already exists within them. You are a lighthouse. You don't pull ships to shore, you simply hold a steady light, allowing them to navigate their own course through troubled waters. Embracing this quality means trusting that quiet voice of knowing within you. It means understanding that your value lies not in what you do, but in the peaceful, wise presence that you are. The fifth sign is a fundamental disinterest in traditional metrics of success like wealth, status, and competition. Your spirit is simply not nourished by these things. Your definition of a successful life is written in a different currency, the currency of connection, purpose, and inner peace. You have likely watched your colleagues and peers climb the corporate ladder, acquire possessions, and chase accolades, and you have felt a quiet disconnect from it all. It's not that you can't be ambitious, but your ambition is aimed at a different target. You would rather create something beautiful than win a competition. You would rather facilitate a moment of genuine human connection than close a major business deal. You feel a deep, abiding sense of fulfillment from simple things, a meaningful conversation, time spent in nature, a creative act, or an act of service. To the outside world, you might seem unambitious or directionless at times. In reality, you are navigating by a star that they cannot see. The pursuit of external validation feels hollow to you because you intuitively understand that true fulfillment is an inside job. This perspective is not an escape from responsibility, it is an alignment with a higher purpose. The laws of nature itself reveal that true abundance is not about hoarding, but about flow. A tree doesn't try to become the tallest tree in the forest. It simply grows as authentically as it can, providing shade and shelter to all, and in doing so, it finds its perfect place in the ecosystem. Similarly, your soul knows that its purpose is not to be better than others, but to contribute your unique energy to the whole. You are here to model a different way of being, one that is based on collaboration over competition, on compassion over ambition, on being over having. Your quiet rejection of the material rat race is a powerful statement. It is a peaceful protest of the soul. It reminds all who encounter you that there is a richer, deeper, and more meaningful way to live. This is a profound service in a world that has largely forgotten what truly matters. As you begin to see these threads weaving through your own life story, a sense of recognition may dawn. Perhaps this is not about being different in a world of others, but about being a bridge to a different kind of world. If this message is resonating with the quiet truth within you, if you feel a stirring of remembrance, I invite you to join this community of fellow travelers. This is a space for old souls, for gentle hearts, and for those who are here to hold the light. Click the subscribe button, not just to watch more videos, but to affirm your place in this circle. It is a way of saying, I am not alone in this journey. With the sixth sign is that you act as an unintentional catalyst for change in the lives of others. Your very presence seems to provoke introspection, truth, and transformation in the people you meet, even when you are not actively trying to do so. Think about the friendships and relationships in your life. You may have noticed a pattern where people, after spending time with you, suddenly make major life decisions they had been procrastinating on. They might quit the job they hate, end the relationship that no longer serves them, or start pursuing a long, forgotten passion. They might even express that the conversations they had with you were the turning point. But here is the key. You weren't giving them advice. You are simply being present with them, listening deeply, and holding a space of unconditional acceptance. Your energy naturally illuminates the parts of themselves that they have been hiding. It creates a safe harbor for their truth to emerge. This can sometimes be challenging, as you can also trigger people's unhealed wounds. Your authenticity can feel like a harsh spotlight to those who are heavily invested in their illusions. This transformative effect is a hallmark of a soul here on a mission of elevation. From a space of deep awareness, we understand that a high-frequency energy will naturally entrain a lower-frequency one. Your calm, authentic presence operates at a frequency of clarity and love. When people enter your field, the dissonant parts of their own energy field, their fears, their self-deceit, their limiting beliefs, are brought to the surface to be seen and healed. You don't do this to them. Your energy simply creates the conditions where this inner alchemy can happen thus for them. Ancient wisdom teaches us that the greatest masters do not teach by giving answers, but by becoming a living embodiment of the truth. Your role is not to fix anyone. It is to be a living permission slip for others to be their most authentic selves. By simply being you, you reflect to the world its own potential for healing and growth. The seventh sign is a recurring feeling of being homesick for a place you can't name. It is a subtle but persistent sense of longing, a quiet ache in your heart for a home that is not of this world. This is not a depression or a dissatisfaction with your life. You can be perfectly happy in the moment, surrounded by people you love, and still feel this gentle pull, this whisper of another reality. It's a feeling of nostalgia for a place you've never been. It can surface at unexpected times, while looking up at a star-filled sky, listening to a piece of ethereal music, or in the profound stillness of meditation. You might feel like an ambassador, a visitor, or an observer here on earth. You appreciate the beauty of this world immensely. You love its people deeply, but at your core, you know that this is a temporary assignment. This can create a unique form of loneliness, as it's a feeling that is very difficult to articulate to others who do not share the same inner landscape. This longing is not a sign that you don't belong on earth. It is a sign that you carry the memory of your true home within you. Your soul remembers a realm of unconditional love, of perfect peace, and of effortless connection. That memory serves as your guiding star. It is the compass that informs your values and your actions here. It is why you work so tirelessly to bring more love, peace, and connection to this plane of existence. You are trying to recreate the harmony of your home, right here, right now. Your homesickness is the fuel for your mission. It prevents you from becoming fully entangled in the drama and illusion of the material world. It keeps your perspective elevated and your purpose clear. So when that feeling arises, do not mistake it for sadness. Instead, see it as a gentle reminder from your soul. It's a reminder of where you come from, and more importantly, it is a reminder of the beautiful work you came here to do. The eighth sign is that you have a deep, instinctual need for solitude to function. For you, alone time is not a luxury. It is as essential as oxygen. It is the way you process, recalibrate, and reconnect with your inner guidance system. You may have been labeled as an introvert, but it goes deeper than that. You can be perfectly sociable and engaging, but after a period of intense social interaction, you feel an overwhelming need to retreat. It feels as if you have absorbed the energy, emotions, and thoughts of everyone you've encountered, and your own energy field has become cluttered and staticky. The only way to clear this static is to be alone. In solitude, you are not lonely, you are in communion with yourself and with the universe. It is in these quiet moments that your most profound insights arise. It is where you hear the subtle whispers of your intuition and feel the steady, reassuring presence of your higher self. Trying to operate in the world without this regular retreat is like trying to drive a car with a foggy windshield. It is difficult, disorienting, and ultimately unsustainable. Your need for solitude is a sign of your energetic sensitivity and your sacred responsibility to it. In the quiet, you are doing important work. You are transmuting the dense, chaotic energies you've absorbed from the world around you. You are cleansing your own field so that you can continue to be a clear channel of love and light. Ancient wisdom teaches that one cannot pour from an empty cup. Your time in solitude is how you refill your cup. It is an act of spiritual hygiene. You are like a deep sea diver. You can journey into the depths of human interaction, but you must regularly return to the surface to breathe. Honoring this need is a non-negotiable act of self-love. It is what allows you to show up in the world with compassion and presence, rather than with resentment and burnout. It is your way of maintaining the strength and clarity needed to fulfill your purpose. The ninth sign is a life that is marked by a series of significant and often difficult challenges, yet you emerge from each one with more compassion, more wisdom, and a deeper sense of purpose. Your life path has not been an easy one, but you are not a victim of it. You are a student of it. From a young age, you may have faced circumstances that forced you to mature quickly. You may have experienced loss, betrayal, or periods of intense isolation. However, you possess a strange and resilient alchemy. You have the ability to take the lead of your painful experiences and transform them into the gold of wisdom. Where others might become bitter, you become more compassionate. Where others might close their hearts, you open yours even wider. You don't just get over your challenges, you integrate their lessons into the very fiber of your being. You understand on an intuitive level that these trials were not punishments, but initiations. They were the fire that forged the strength of your spirit. This is the path of the wounded healer. The laws of nature itself reveal that the deepest roots often grow from the rockiest soil. Your soul chose a curriculum that would perfectly equip you for your purpose. You could not guide others through the darkness if you had not walked through it yourself. Your scars are not signs of damage, they are maps. They give you an authentic and profound understanding of human suffering, which allows you to connect with people on a level of genuine empathy, not just intellectual sympathy. From a space of deep awareness, we find that enlightenment is not about avoiding suffering, but about finding the light within it. Your life has been a masterclass in this process. Your resilience is not just for you. It is a beacon of hope for others, a living testament to the indomitable nature of the human spirit. And the 10th and final sign is that you feel an overwhelming and unconditional love for humanity, even in the face of its deep flaws. You see the violence, the greed, the ignorance, and it breaks your heart. Yet underneath it all, you never lose faith in our potential. This is perhaps the most defining characteristic. It's easy to love the beautiful parts of the world, but you feel a deep, aching love for the broken parts too. You look at a person consumed by anger or fear, and while you do not condone their actions, you can see the frightened child within them that is crying out for love. Your compassion extends beyond the circle of your friends and family. It encompasses the whole of humanity. This is why news of suffering around the world affects you so deeply. You don't just process it as information. You feel it as a wound in the collective body to which you belong. You hold a vision in your heart of what humanity could be, a world based on kindness, understanding, and unity, and this vision is what guides you. This boundless love is the signature frequency of your soul. It is the light you came here to share. Ancient wisdom across all traditions tells us that love is the ultimate creative and healing force in the universe. It is the fabric of existence itself. Your ability to hold this love, especially for those who seem least deserving of it, is the most powerful service you can offer. You are an anchor for this divine energy on earth. In a world often fractured by division and fear, your open heart is a point of unification. It is a silent prayer for the healing of all. Do not ever mistake this deep love for naivete. It is the clearest and most courageous perception of all. It is seeing the divine spark that exists within every being, no matter how dimly it may be shining. This love is your purpose, your path, and your greatest gift to this world. So take a deep breath. Let these truths settle into your being. Seeing yourself in these signs is not about ego or feeling special. It is about accepting a profound responsibility. It is the end of fighting against your own nature and the beginning of consciously embracing it. Your sensitivity is your strength. Your depth is your gift. Your quiet path is one of immense and transformative power. The world doesn't need you to be more like everyone else. It desperately needs you to be more like yourself. This journey of self-discovery and acceptance is a lifelong commitment. It is a promise to yourself to honor your truth and to shine your light even when it feels difficult. To make that commitment tangible, to continue walking this path with intention and with support, I invite you one last time to become part of this community. Subscribing is more than a click. It is a pledge to your own growth, a declaration that you are ready to fully step into the beautiful, powerful being you were always meant to be. Welcome home.